So I want to take a minute to talk with you about how do you study code. There's some tricks, there's some things you can do, some methods, some things you can look for. The better you are at studying the code, the better you will know it. The better you know it, the better prepared you will be in the end to take your test. The first question I have for you is, do you have a code book? Have you purchased one yet? Now, the International Code Council does have a free version online where you can read it. You know, just get on their website. You can't download it, so you can't copy it or mark it or do anything. It's just more like if you're in the field and you just need to look something up, you can go to their website and they've got that free option. But let me emphasize the importance to you of owning your own book. Look at mine. See all these tabs? Yeah, okay, these are the specialized tabs that I bought from the International Code Council to go with the book. You don't have to buy specialized tabs, but having tabs makes it all the easier for me to look up information. And that's one thing you can do with them. Let's talk about some other things that you can do to personalize your book so that you know what's in it, you know where to find information in it, and again, that'll make you so much more prepared for your journeyman test. Okay, let me show you a couple things about highlighting. If I show you my book, I like to use colors. Maybe you can see this. This is just one of the chapters. I underline, I circle, I highlight. Let me tell you what this does for you. Your mind has an incredible memory. And sometimes we might feel like, I don't remember much. But your mind is able to keep information and store it, especially in picture format. Your memories are largely collected in image form. So the more you put the image of the code book in front of you, in front of your eyes, the more you will remember what is there and where it is at. Now, for example, maybe I'm asked a question about water piping, and I don't remember exactly what it says. In my mind comes an image of the page and about where on that page that information was. That gives me something to go to. Rather than like, oh, I've got this entire book to look through because I don't know where anything is in this. I already know, okay, I remember I read that once or twice in this area. Let me flip over there, I'll get there quick. So your mind is capable of that. Now, you can enhance that by your highlighting, circling, marking of the book, because you are modifying that image while you're looking at it and you are making it your own. If you know about where that information is at within the book, if those images are stored in your mind because you've read it, you've marked it, and you know it, well, you're going to be great. You're going to be fast, you'll find the answers, you'll be confident when it's time to take the test because you've been through this. So here are some key points that I want to make as you begin your study of the International Plumbing Code and the other code books throughout your apprenticeship. Crack the code. This book is written by plumbers, engineers, and lawyers. They get together and they write a text that is boring, frankly, right? So this is a code that we may need to crack. We may need to get into it and figure out what are they actually saying. You have to be able to pull out that information. And let's look at a few things that can help with that. Number one, if you look for numbers, what I'm talking about is specific measurements, pressures, pipe sizes. Anytime you see numbers in the code, those are indicating key information that you'll need to know. And those are also things that are likely going to be on the state test. I go through and I highlight or circle numbers. Next, you'll want to look for key words. So if there's a big old paragraph of words, you can boil that down. Just read through it and say, okay, what does this actually say? And what does it actually mean? The key words are the words that are really giving it the meaning, and you have to be able to identify those. Next, like I mentioned, you may want to get some tabs. You can buy tabs from the International Code Council, or you can even just get little tabs. I mean, just buy a little pack at a local store and you can stick on for certain chapters or things that you feel are key information. One thing that's important to understand as you are studying this is that you don't want to be writing in the book. As far as the state test is concerned, you can use your code book. It's an open book test, but if you have all kinds of writing in it, or if there's other things, inserts, different stuff that are not a part of the book, then they won't let you use that book. So you want to get to know this book as it is, the best that you can, but you don't want to put lots of notes or other things added into that. So that's what I mean by don't rewrite the book. One big help is if you will purchase the study guide or the study companion for the book. Finally, if you want to get to know the code book, you have to read it, and you have to reread it. There's no other way around it. In order for you to get to know the information and to know where it is at within the book, you have to read the book. We live in a time with technology, with handheld devices, and people just don't read like they used to. I mean, think about when you receive a text or an email, if there's more than a couple of lines of words, what happens in your mind? It's kind of like, whoa, you're attacking me with all these letters. We're surrounded by short, fast-paced micro messages, and that is not what the code is. Sorry. You want to be the best plumber that you can be, right? You want to be the most knowledgeable plumber that you can be. That is the best way for you to progress and to get paid better and to make the most out of this incredible career opportunity that you have in front of you. And one of the ways you can do that is by improving your understanding and by reading, actually reading the code. Read for understanding, study it well, and you will become an expert if you do. If you don't, you may find yourself feeling largely unprepared when it comes time for your journeyman test, and along the way you'll be like scratching your head like, what did the code say about this or that? Get to know it. Start now and make a commitment to yourself that you are going to do the best you can to read and understand the book. Alright, to help you along the way as we are studying code, I'm going to give presentations and I'm going to walk you through the code chapter by chapter, section by section, and explain to you what is there and what it means. This is not a substitute for reading, and you know how I feel about reading the book, but this is my invitation. Get this book, open it up, and follow along with me while we discuss these things. What this is going to do is help you to get those images. Say you're watching the presentation and I'm going to put pictures up there for you and explanations. It's going to help you to connect them and to realize, okay, this is what this part is saying. Oh, and here's where it's at in my book. So here we go, guys. Let's study the code.